Today I'm going to show you a way to see some of the best sights of New York City at a fraction of the cost of what you pay for a big tour boat. For only $4, we're riding the NYC Ferry, one of the best travel hacks that most tourists have never even heard of. And I'll show you some of my favorite routes. Let's go. How do you buy tickets? You can't use a Metro card on the NYC Ferry. It is $4 one way. The easiest way to handle this is to download the NYC Ferry app and just buy your tickets before you even get to the station. The other way would be to get to any of the ferry terminals and to buy it from one of the machines. Also, if you have a big group and you're going to be taking a few of these ferries, great deal, 10 tickets for $27.50. Rockaway bound boat is one of my favorites for not just sightseeing, but actually going to Rockaway Beach. Super fun. Now, I've seen this line before, like down the block in the heat of the summer. There's some sights on this specific ride that you can't get on any tourist boat in New York City. You need to pick a nice day to do it. Always sit up top, unless it's freezing cold. The ferries have gotten really high tech. You even can order right from your phone, have everything set and go down and pick it up. Later on in the video, I may even have a beer. All right, the coolest thing about leaving from Pier 11 is you have just this straight on shot of lower Manhattan, the skyline, as you pull out. Not bad. Not a bad view at all. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that these boats are $4 each way. This is not an expensive tour boat. You don't have somebody on an intercom telling you what you're seeing. You're just here to enjoy the views. I love that we have all of Manhattan just trailing behind us here. One thing to keep in mind is that these are commuter ferries, so I would try to avoid peak rush hour times in the mornings and in the late afternoons, just so you have more space to yourself. And now we're approaching one of my favorite bridges in the city, Verrazano. We are going under it. And as I said before, I don't know any other boat that will take you under this bridge. Island is completely deserted. The beach is empty. Normally on a hot summer day, you would see it absolutely packed. It is deserted because of these insane winds. We can see the skyline all the way in the distance. This feels like I'm at the Jersey Shore right now with a bridge like this. The fact that they have a few outlets on the main deck is actually really useful, especially because your ticket is on your phone. You are coming back in the same direction. You do have to exit, get back in line, and head back. I really insist you come to Rockaway Beach for an entire morning or afternoon. Check out the beach, check out the food, check out the beer. Really nice scene here. Of all of the ferries on this video, this is the one if you just want to dedicate to straight up sightseeing, take this. If you have 2 hours, take this ride. Since we just came back from Rockaway, we've got 2 hours to transfer for free. So we're jumping on the next line, included. True story, this is the only line I have not done before this video, and I'm most excited for it. You can already see those bridges. I already see where we're heading. I've heard a lot of tour guides use this acronym, but it's BMW, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Williamsburg Bridge, in order, if you want to remember. Amazing how many ways you can do the Brooklyn Bridge. Biked it, walked it, going underneath it with a ferry, and I see the people walking right now. This view never gets old, I'm not gonna lie. It never ever gets old. Tip for you before you take the ferry. It's 75 degrees right now and I need this jacket. It is a lot colder on the water, it's a lot windier on the water, so you're almost guaranteed to need a jacket for this. This is by far the most relaxing way to experience New York, I have to say. A lot of the tour boats of New York, the dinner cruises, the circle lines, great in their own way, of course, and I think worth the money. But for the budget option, they actually don't go really beyond the Williamsburg Bridge. If you want to go past that on the East River, ferry is pretty much the best way to do it. Interesting because we're passing Roosevelt Island. I love taking the tram there. And then the Queensboro Bridge, okay? Now, if you saw our video about what to do in the summer in New York, we biked over it. Now, for the first time that I can remember, I'm actually going under the bridge on ferry. It's a first for me. Beautiful bridge, too. Very underappreciated, I think, by most non-New Yorkers. It's a Gracie Mansion. Yes, thank you.
In your video?
Sure. You could take over. You're better than me. You're way better than me. One of the reasons I didn't jump out here is I wanted to go under both the RFK and the Hellgate Bridge. And I've never been underneath either of those bridges before. All right, look at the RFK. Passing probably the last place you want to end up on a trip to New York City, Rikers Island, which is the largest and most notorious jail in New York, with an estimated 10,000 or so inmates passing some time there. And we will leave it at that. So we went under 6 different bridges, and we see 2 more up there, the Whitestone and the Throgs Neck Bridge. A tour company could have just done this and called it the New York Bridges Tours. I think the final piece to this puzzle is when you look straight down at all the places we passed, and I just see the entire Manhattan skyline, clear as can be. It was commuting in style, I gotta say. I don't have this much fun taking the subway. All due respect to Circle Line, I've taken them before. They are literally going the exact same path as the ferry for about, I don't know, 9 or 10 times more money. Now, if you're planning on walking the Brooklyn Bridge, this is why you need to take this boat. Take the ferry to DUMBO, and then you walk back over the Brooklyn Bridge, so you only have to do it once, and you are walking towards the skyline. This is absolutely an amazing idea. Couldn't even get a seat on this, but it doesn't matter because we are just going one stop, 4 minutes. If you have the ability, pick a nice day to do this, not such a windy day to do this. This is a good intro to New York ferry. I kind of put this on your requirement. You're required to take this ferry ride, one stop. You visit New York. Now you've got a few options at your disposal. You can explore DUMBO, which I highly recommend you do. And of course, walk back right there to Manhattan via the Brooklyn Bridge. When you're coming to New York, not taking one of these ferries would definitely be a mistake. And in this video here, I show you 10 more mistakes to avoid in your first 3 days in New York. Watch this next.